It is MLB time. Little Major League Baseball.
Little Major League Baseball action.
Pitcher's got a big butt. Pitcher's got... All right, not relevant.
All right.
Sorry.
Let me just jump into things.
Jump on it.
Jump on it. As yesterday, the Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Philadelphia Phillies 5-4. Ex-New York Yankees starting pitcher A.J. Burnett, I guess just needed a change of scenery. Could not handle the pressure in New York. Goes to Pittsburgh. And he's now 9-2 on the year. Has won 8 straight starts. Hey, AJ, why couldn't you pitch that well for us? All right? We could use you right now, brother. We could use you right this second.
Sarah feels the same way. She's a jerk off.
He is a jerk off. Jerk off. Are we even allowed to say jerk off?
Dude, we're good.
I think we're good. As long as we're talking about a person, it's okay. Yeah, but the actual act of it, we can't say probably.
I mean, our age range is pretty much like 18 to 35. So, I mean, I think we're okay with that term.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get much deeper with, or dirtier, but
that is right, Sarah F. and Levy. I do say we are golden like to shower plenty of times. So, what's the difference about saying jerk off, golden shower, whatever? Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
and if it's not cool, we'll just be told to stop. All right. Anyway, Colorado wins in extra innings, 11-10 over the Washington Nationals. Colorado center fielder Carlos Gonzalez went 3 for 5 with 2 RBI. Cleveland topped Baltimore 7-2. Cleveland shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera went 2 for 5 with 3 RBI. The Angels beat the Toronto Blue Jays 9-7. The Angels are now 10 games above 500, and Albert Pujols went 4 for 5 with 3 runs. I believe he's hitting .330 in the month of June. Arizona won 3-2 over Atlanta. Arizona's starting pitcher Trevor Bauer made his major league debut, going 4 innings, giving up 2 earned runs and striking out 3. Detroit topped Tampa Bay 5-2 as third baseman Miguel Cabrera of the Tigers went 4 for 5, smacking his 16th home run of the year. Texas squeaked by Oakland 7-6. Josh Hamilton went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. San Diego beat Houston 7-3. Seattle blanked the Boston Red Sox 1-0.
The Red Sox hot streak took a little speed bump, huh?
Same with the Yankees, though. As starting pitcher Felix Hernandez of the Seattle Mariners ties a career high by striking out 13 batters in his complete game shutout. San Francisco Giants made history yesterday as they made history over the Cincinnati Reds, winning 5-0. It is the first time in Giants history that they've gone 4 starts in a row shutting out a club. So that's a club record for them. Starting pitcher Madison Bumgarner goes to complete game shutout and 1 hits the Cincinnati Reds. New York Mets, baby, beating the LA Dodgers 3-2 yesterday as the Mets were led by third baseman David David. Do you have anything about this game, David? Hastings?
No, actually I didn't. I got other baseball things to ask you. I got another baseball question, and we'll get to that when we're done recapping.
Because I have a baseball question for you, too. It's probably the same question. Knowing my luck, it is the same question. But yeah, David Wright finished the game going 2 for 3, 2 RBIs with a home run in the 4th inning yesterday. He had an RBI double in the 1st. And the Mets really took advantage of a depleted LA Dodger team. They didn't have their best hitters with Matt Kemp or Andre Ethier, and they were just shut out for 3 straight games. They didn't score a run for 33 straight innings till the bottom of the 4th in yesterday's game. And that was the only hiccup that actually Mets starting pitcher Chris Young had. He pitched great, going 6 1/3, only giving up 2 earned runs and striking out 6. Today, it's R.A. Dickey versus Aaron Harang. And the Mets play the LA Dodgers the rest of the weekend. So you have Johan Santana versus Eovaldi. I apologize if I said your name wrong, bro. So that's tomorrow. And Sunday is Dylan G versus Clayton Kershaw. That should be a great matchup. And the Yankees winning streak came to an end yesterday.
All good things must come to an end, my friend.
That's all gravy. And of course, they had to lose it in the 9th inning. The New York Yankees lost 4-3 as they blew a 3-1 lead in the 9th inning. It's cool, though. I'm not worried. Bullpens blow games once in a while. The Yankees
look at the Mets.
The Yankees haven't blown a game in a while, and it wasn't even on our closer, Rafael Soriano, who's just saved 4 out of the last 5 games. So it's okay. I'll take a blown game here and there. After just winning 5 in a row, it's cool.
You can live with it?
I can live with it. I'm not hitting that panic button. Nova pitched strong, going 7 1/3, giving up 1 earned run on 6 hits. And he struck out 5. Nova actually pitched pretty damn well, and by default, right now, he's the ace of the staff. So he really has to continue to pitch well and not have the bullpen blow it. A-Rod was 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. Teixeira hit his 13th home run of the year. How they really blew the game, though, was relief pitcher in the top of the 9th. Relief pitcher Cody Epley gave up a single to Alex Rios. After he gives up that single, they brought in Clay Rapata, who botched, my man, a double play ball. He just threw the ball into the outfield.
Oh.
Blew it.
Oh.
Yeah, that killed a double play. So then after that horrible play, they take Rapata out and bring in David Robertson. So now you got runners on, I believe, 1st and 2nd or 1st and 3rd. What happens? David Robertson got taken for a ride over the Yankee wall. Miserable. Diane Viciedo pooped on us, hitting a 3-run shot to put the White Sox up 4-3. Made me miserable. Absolutely miserable.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I just have a question for Joe Girardi. I don't really front on anything that he did all game, except why didn't you just start Robertson in the bottom of the 9th? Why didn't you just bring him in first off instead of going through 3 pitchers? That's the only issue I have. That's it. It's all right. No worries. 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox this weekend. We have tonight Adam Warren versus Jose Quintana. Tomorrow it's Hiroki Kuroda versus Jake Peavy. And on Sunday, wraps up with Phil Hughes versus Gavin Floyd. What is your question for me, sir?
So, your buddy's on the trading block.
Who's my buddy?
Sir Jim Thome.
Thome?
The Phillies are apparently shopping Jim Thome to AL teams only.
Gee, I wonder why he's getting shopped to AL teams only.
Because they don't want to play him.
Well, that
would be my guess.
Well, now that Ryan Howard's coming back, there's no room at first. That's why.
See, this is why you're the baseball guy.
He's provided some spark coming off the bench. I think he's got like 6 or 7 home runs and not even playing every day. So he's still he's still showing signs of power. And I don't know if an AL team's gonna pick him up. I really don't.
You don't?
I don't know, man.
Based on
my gut feeling, I don't think an AL team's gonna trade for him.
Okay, I can see that.
He's only a DH, and I'm just off the top of my dome. I mean, maybe Detroit could trade for him. I'm thinking maybe
Angels?
them. They don't really need it. They have too many players already that are trying to
get into
the
spot.
lineup. Yeah.
Okay. Because I saw that and I'm like, all right, well, AL teams only, so DH is the use.
Maybe Baltimore, because they could use another bat in the lineup.
Oh, I'm sure that would make the Yankees and Red Sox. And
I'm not worried about Thome. I'm not worried about Thome. As much as I love Thome, but he's like 43, 44 years old at this point. I'm not worried about him.
Fair enough.
Let him go to Baltimore. Let him. It's all good.
I respect that. And then now this is gonna almost come a little out of left field because we don't really
look at you.
Yeah,
dropping baseball metaphors.
We don't really talk too much about the Milwaukee Brewers, but when I was doing my little, looking through my MLB stuff and seeing what topics popped out to me and any interesting things to talk about, I found that thoughts on Zach Greinke.
Yeah, 9-2 on the year, bro. He's killing it right now.
I guess the Brewers are at a point for, the Brewers are at a point for, they got to make a decision of, do they re-sign him or do they trade him? And I was curious to know, I mean, like I said, I don't know how much you may have even thought about this, if at all, because I know this is pretty random.
I really didn't think about this, to be honest.
But all right, so then we'll just take your wild guess instead of,
Well,
do you re-sign or trade?
Milwaukee has to keep him. They don't have a choice. They just lost their big bat with Prince Fielder. What are you gonna lose? What are you gonna do? Lose also your top ace in Zach Greinke? Nah, you can't do that. You gotta re-sign him, and he's pitched really well for them over the last couple years. They made a trade for him back in, I think, 2010 with Kansas City, and they really stole free. They stole him from Kansas City because what they gave up for him has not panned out.
Yeah,
it really has not panned out.
So they definitely got a steal out of that. All right. So I saw what you just put up.
So I think Milwaukee should keep Zach Greinke, but at the same time, if you can get an awesome trade for him, trade him. If you can get an awesome trade for him, trade him.
Mr. No Pants, welcome to our chat room. We're very happy to have you here, by the way. Says that pitching wins championships. Keep him at all costs.
Yes, I agree with Mr. No Pants. Pitching does win championships.
For those of you listening through the TuneIn Radio app and the ClubZone.fm app, Joey has written on our little whiteboard who deserves the All-Star nod: Chipper Jones or Bryce Harper, who had a nice little home run yesterday. I saw the highlight of that. But who deserves the All-Star nod? And
because right now there's a lot of talk going on. I don't think either of them won a spot in the All-Star voting, but Tony La Russa, who's going to be the manager of the NL team, I believe he's going to have to pick a couple players. And the big thing right now is, do you go with the youth movement in Bryce Harper and who a lot of people really want to see? Because the All-Star game is for the fans. Or do you go with Chipper Jones because he's retiring this year? It's his last nod. It's going to be his last All-Star game. What do you go with?
I say you go with Chipper Jones.
And you're right on with me.
And it looks like the majority of our chat room feels the same way. Gummy likes Bryce Harper, though. But you know what? I say exactly. I'm with Sarah. Exactly. That is perfectly said, Sarah. He has so many more opportunities to get there. And from what you see of this kid, odds have it he's going to be playing for in All-Star games for a long time coming.
I completely agree with that. And, I bet we all bash baseball a lot for being old school. Especially with technology. They're, one of the worst sports when it comes to being updated with technology. They like to keep things old school, and I actually really agree with what you just said, Dave, and what Sarah brings up in the chat room as well. I want to see Chipper Jones one last time in the All-Star game.
Even if it's just for one inning. I don't even care.
I don't care either.
The man, look,
he deserves it.
When I was younger, I was a Mets fan, but one of my favorite players was Chipper Jones. Loved Chipper Jones. You just loved how the guy played the game. Him
and Andrew Jones back in the day on the Braves.
Oh, I used to love Chipper Jones and that pitching staff they had in Atlanta. Because, let's be honest, when we were kids, the Mets were so irrelevant that you sort of had to like somebody. But, yeah, I would always root for the Braves. And I was always, I always liked the players on the teams. But Chipper Jones was the main guy. To me, he's up there with Ken Griffey in the the relevance of my life when it comes down to baseball. He's up there with Griffey. So let's get him into the All-Star game one more time.
I completely agree with that. I do understand though why people would say, "Oh, let's see Bryce Harper." 19-year-old kid has made him and Strasburg have made the Washington Nationals relevant, and in a long time, relevant for the first time in a long time. That franchise really has not had a lot of good things happen for them. And I get it. Bryce Harper brings a little spark, something a little different. But I love Chipper. I love Chipper Jones. I understand he's getting curtain calls in every single stadium that he's visiting. But MLB needs to do this right. Even if he doesn't make the All-Star team, at least invite him, give him some sort of tribute, give him something.
Our buddy Mr. No Pants, who's brand new to our chat room, once again, we're happy to have you here, puts into the chat room. Well, Chipper Jones has 2,500 more hits and 440 more home runs than Harper.
Well,
just saying. Obviously, the difference in experience makes up for that.
If you actually look at their stats this year, they're very common. I think Chipper's batting like 290 with 7 home runs and like 25 RBI. I think Bryce Harper's hitting like 280 with 7 or 8 home runs and 28 RBIs. So they're very similar this year. But it's just a matter of what would you rather see? Do you want to see the Hall of Famer one last time? Or do you want to see the up-and-coming kid?
Hall of Famer one last time.
I want to see Hall of Famer one last time.
Yes. Awesome. All right.